Alright, let's do this. I think we'll do similar structure as last time. Except this is a human fight. Okay, okay. Okay, so they want to push. I think this is a boop. This is a good split by them. Wow, that's a good punish. It's like this probably isn't enough an off angle. Good commit. Very nice. Yeah, I mean this was very back and forth. I mean you guys had this ended up being a very good split on their end. And that's a pillar, cool. But this ended up being a very good split, right? Because the Lucio just boops and the Ryan swings and you guys get booped. Realistically, you guys should just be trying to aggress here. And yes, the covering back is fine, but like Giga, you might be wanting to play it as soon as your tanks transition to here. You want to be playing from over here because this is just very open and it's not great. This is checking angles, but then I mean Petty, this is reaction time of you see the thing. He probably lives here, yeah, because you still have power on him. Yeah, he might live. I don't think so. But it's just reaction time of heals. He doesn't even get the huge jump out. This is when both of you should be being very aggressive, just because the bubble's up, so you can use it as cover and getting aggressive as possible. This is good. You guys get in there, and then the Ryan comes in right after because they get the pick. Yeah, so I mean, you guys have to realistically just trying to figure out where you want to set your like base of, and so like it's back here, fine, great. This is where you want to play from, and then everyone falls back in this like general area whenever they get pushed. But you guys choose over here, which is fine. But realistically, you want to all group come back together. It's a good bubble. You don't have personal, So I don't really know what you're doing. Can't figure out how to get out of here. Good, good, good. So like this is a little sketch, especially with your health. Like if you had personal, that's fine. But this is a little aggressive. Yeah, you get punished for this. Amazingly, he gets punished first, but. But Muddy should be clearing this for you. Like, there's no reason why he's not walking into it. Good heal on your healer. No idea what that hook was. Kua, if you want to break this open, you have to take a more off angle. Just because if you're looking at their comp, right, you have to know that they can't contest this window. And they actually can't contest this window either. So if you just get there, it's pretty easy. This is good punish. You realistically, if you have a big enough team here, you have no idea where Giga's fitting, but yeah, she's only half. But you should be walking into them to give yourself more room. But this is fine if you're going back for the people who are going to tell, good hook. Yeah, Kua, you've had a minute to figure out what their comp is. They're not switching. You know they don't have range, so just going in that window, there's no reason why you're still here. I don't know where you are. Yeah, there's no reason why you're still here. Yes, you're getting around the shield, but you want to... It's the same thing as a ball. You want to pull attention resource, not just do damage. Also, you'd probably have a better time of shooting just straight behind them. This is Giga, you have to be getting back to your team. Okay, well, you don't have a chance. I think you could have faded technically. But just even getting into a place. How did this even happen? Yeah, so you're just not caring that there's a Doomfist on you. Realistically. That's... I didn't see it. Okay, he fade in. Unlucky punch. Okay, he's gonna full commit to this. You see a Doomfist coming in, right? There's a reason for this. It's because someone's low. You are a support. You need to support your teammate. You are not going to kill him, so you need to heal the person who's going to die. That's usually what healers do, is if they just pocket each other, you'll not die. So if you have a Doomfist coming in, you want to go to heals, and just because it's a lot of burst, and you have a decent amount of healing come out. So that's the instinct that you need there, not damage. Yes, the damage is good, but the instinct should be heal first and then damage, because you want to, especially on attack, you want to keep your teammates up more than you want to kill them, basically. Yeah, so just even knowing where you're... so then, of course, this is a great place to play, for realistically right now, just because if he uppercuts, he gets a little stuck, and you can pivot around this very easily. So there's a pretty easy out that you just didn't take. Yeah, when you get punched in. Yeah, Kua is just not taking an aggressive enough angle to realistically get anything or make them look at him. Yes, he's low health, but still just getting behind them. Just taking this walk. You guys have lost this, but that's fine. Just even focusing on one person pulls out an ult, which is good. Again, remember how fast you move, just because the rest of your team doesn't really have mobility, so just be careful. What is this? Fist? That's cool. That's very accurate too. Very cool. Yeah, so just knowing how close your teammates are, because you're gonna get. Realistically, you should get burst here. Good aggression from everyone else here, though. Just going in and getting in. Slam. Yeah, so just it didn't happen here, but remembering to keep your Echo in their form is really good, just because they have better ult charge than everyone else in your team. Is really good. So my music is a little loud. But because I think it happens maybe once or twice, but yeah, this is fine. Good opening. Muddy, you probably didn't need an ult, but that's okay. Especially since you would want to be saving Whole Hog for grab. Not in this case, really, because the ults that are going to combo with it aren't really Whole Hoggable, but if you're going into a Genji, or if you're going into an Ashe, or even a Junkrat, sort of, just because you can Whole Hog the tire away. But just anyone who wants to, whose ability is getting close, then you save Whole Hog for grab, and you don't look for kills for it, or you save it for like shatters or like actual tank ults, because you don't look for finishing off fights with it, because that's dumb, and it's not going to do what you want. This is a good heal spot, just because it allows you guys to subsist here. I think it only doesn't do too much, but it's still very helpful, especially when you don't have a second healer up. That's a good hook. This was really good coming forward and making sure that you get this healing on. You don't know what's happening, which is fine, but just coming forward and getting this extra healing into the grab is really good. It's not going to say, like, if they have a Doomfist thing coming in, it's not going to save them, but it's still just good. It's better than being on card for the tiny bit. Good going back. Nice tracking. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Keep trying to shield break. Even here, remembering you're always having an exit strategy, just from wherever you are. I mean, blue doesn't really have one right now, so if you get pushed, you're gonna die. But yeah, but Echo does, Mercy's fine, and these two, they just back up. So yeah, this is you getting pushed, and you have to take now 2v1, which you're gonna lose. Yeah, I mean, you have teammates around, but it's not going to be reacted on fast enough. Yeah, so just having a way to get out is good. This is a cool tech. He lands on the thing to, it actually does a sphere's worth of damage. So that's how that's a cool tech. Again, this is high ground. There's no reason to leave it. Especially when you're at your, this is the effective range of Soldier, especially when you're ulting. You want people to be somewhat close, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. But jumping off here realistically doesn't do anything. You don't need to be closer to them. There's no reason to be. And so you should just be pushing up to here, which is a great spot because it opens up a lot of angles here. And just still shooting them. So you can still shoot them from back here, actually. See? So, you can do the same job and they can't go anywhere. And if they do get into that one little spot that you can't see them, you walk right here and you can see them. So there's no reason to drop off high ground here. I mean, you literally got put on your effective, on a very good place to be, and then sort of just fucked it up. Oh, that's pretty sad. That's sound awareness of being able to hear it. The final, you're making space, but I mean, realistically, again, speed. This is not good. You're too fast. You're trying to make a play that's not there. This is about a second and a half worth of walking speed, so. But I mean, this is pretty obvious to not even do, because they're being whole hogged away. Yes, you get the lock on him, good, but again, they're whole hogged away. Your team, you know where your team is. There's no reason to make this play here. You should make this play 3 seconds later.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Yeah, then you just get burned. You should always stay in form, just because the extra. It depends who you are, but staying in is always better, just because you're ultra charge, and it's a better. You have a realistically better hero than the rest of the team does. So. You should bubble. This is very easy. You got trapped. You should bubble incoming damage, not. This is a Zarya thing, but you should bubble incoming damage, not just on cooldown when you get trapped, because that's dumb. If you see, especially with the Junkrat, you can see the bombs coming towards you and press shift. So there's no reason to bubble that early. Especially when you have full health, you want to use it so that you have that burst heal immediately. Well, burst temp shields immediately, not so that you don't die and your healers can get health back into you. But realistically, you just don't want to pop it immediately because A, people don't know you're rooted, and so they might not just shoot at you. And then B, when they see that you're rooted, they still have to acquire you as a target, figure out that you're rooted and not going to move, and then start shooting at you. And if most of them are projectile, then it still has travel time. So you have to react to that, not the fact that you got rooted. Plus, it doesn't break it, so who cares? He walked off the map, apparently. You realistically shouldn't be going for these hooks. You're already strong enough to one-shot basically everyone, so there's no reason to pull them off. You're better off just shooting them, and if they didn't die, shoot them again. Did you use bubble really early here, or did you just not have it? What are you doing? Oh, you did. You tried to counter it, but you didn't get it off. Feels bubbly. Yeah, this is a bad idea, especially if someone was calling Shatter. You should have. I mean, you have to be able to block this. It's not. Like, that's on you. It's not on. They break it. It's an easy Shatter for him. Great. Yeah. So that's. Zarya 101. If you know they have Shatter, you have to block it. And Personal's a lot easier than Projected, just because you can control all of the elements of it, and you should be doing it on when you think they're going to do it, and it's sure to like flash and shield. You shouldn't be doing it walking in and getting burst, basically. When was Cole invested? Oh. Oh, you were just on the outside of that. That's unlucky. Again, Cole is really long, so just be cautious. Yeah, this is a terrible spot to be. There's no reason why you should be here. In any case, either over here, defending this, or just even back here, just shooting at them when they come in. There's no reason to be there. You don't need to get this. Yeah, there's no reason to go in. That's just dumb. You stay at your effective range. This is not your fucking effective range here in literally the entire team. If you're trying to die, fine, but I would suggest even just doing that from, you know, like right here, so that you can shoot them. Here. shouldn't be throwing this when you're about to die. Like, realistically, no one's going to be able to make a big enough play about it. Yes, you got literally all of them, but... Actually, did you? No, you did. Wait. There's no Moira there. She's trying. But... you need to know when a fight is lost. When you lose a tank and a DPS, the fight is usually lost. Especially into when you didn't get a single pick. So you should be walking in. You need to have that instinct of just getting out as soon as possible. Nice try 180 hook, but this is gonna not let you do that.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Reinhardt.
Yeah, overall that was fine. That was a good idea into the Grav. I think, Muddy, you need to swing around with your ult just because it's a great use for Grav, but you also need to have ears to be able to listen to where the Genji is. So, I mean, we could go watch your perspective on this one. I mean, yeah. So, one person. This is fine, but you hear the Genji ult. And you should, I mean, you see the Rein here, so you want to get him away. So just focusing on the, taking time and focusing on it is good. But realistically, the Genji is here-ish. But just spinning around, just because it gives you guys breathing room, and then you'll have less particles on you, so you can figure out where actually people are. You shouldn't be realistically worried about a Genji reflect. You should just be spinning around trying to get people away from you, and if you tick them at all with the whole hug, it's a lot of distance, so fine. Stop trying to melee him. If one doesn't work, it doesn't matter. Don't try to do the hook, you shoot them instead. You do so much damage, you could have killed her. Again, effective range. This is fine. You're approaching them, but still just getting in. Like, your effective range is not in your tanks. It should be positioning in. Like, Giga is close enough to a wall here, but just be very careful of when you're in the middle here, just because it opens you up to a lot of angles that you don't realistically want to be taking. Yeah, there's no reason to be pushing in with your tanks here. Yeah, great, you're running and gunning, that's not what Soldier does. You should be standing back here waiting for them to come in, especially since you can just, you know, stand like right here and shoot them, and then drop off onto the payload, and, you know, have cover. Yeah, okay, that's fine. This isn't the best bubble because you don't see any incoming damage, so and they're backing off as soon as you bubble. So just be cautious that if you hear a Junkrat or you hear a Zarya or you hear a Rein, you might just want to be holding bubble to you know, just holding bubble to like feel some damage coming in. So instead of just bubbling preemptively, getting that bubble earlier might help. Realistically, you should be backing off as soon as you don't have bubble. You don't have bubble, so you don't have any safety. So you want to be playing around. You have no cover right now. There's literally nothing you can do, and I don't know why you turn around. Again, backing off where your tank is not the best idea. You didn't actually get booped. You jumped this way. Not the best idea. Should be looking to be aggressive here because you have bubble. Bubbling. Get an effective range. Good bubble on. Fine. That looked fine. Just personal bubbles need to be worked on. You have E, there's no reason to be not walking straight in. Can't do anything about it. Give up. How often are you actually going to hit that hook? You still have E, you need to be taking the brunt force of that, so just even jumping in and like healing it is, especially when they don't have a lot of CC, just getting in there and taking cooldowns with a body of health is really good. It's good you get punched here because you can heal. It's fine. Should be hooking someone. Okay, nice try. And as soon as E's coming back off of cooldown, you have it on like 1 or 2 seconds. You can start looking to be aggressive, especially if you have full health. Good job. Nice hook. Don't stand in the martyrdom. Pick a direction, leave. Even if it's back into something else, you just don't want to stand in it. Try to take the punch. You get as close as you can to the Doomfist. It's your job. Good hook. You should be looking at a kill feed. You're already 3 up. There's no reason to ult. And as I said before, Whole Hog is not a real fight winner. If anything, you're just helping them escape most of the time. Like, you didn't need it for that. Fine. fine. You didn't know the second 2S. Right here you do, so you should be rotating into a part where they can't kill you, which is those 2 windows. And it gives your team a huge advantage of just attention. Plus you can make it with fly on both sides. Try to go for stickies on less mobile people, or even forcing Moira fade, because she's not mobile till she fades. So just Junk or Moira are great targets here. Even Zarya is a great target, even though if you hit the bubble, it doesn't matter, but you're forcing cooldowns with your cooldown. So just go for don't go for the high reward plays, basically. Yeah, even just forcing them out by being 1-over, it just gives you a better line of sight, and there's nothing they can do to you realistically. So there's no reason to be here. No reason to drop down either. It's not like you're being here and being like, we're fine. No, you're better up there. Get around them, even though you're hitting your shots, still just being around them and getting their supports to be like, there's an echo behind, will generate some resources for you, or generate value for your team, even though if you're doing the same job, so it's just more. Oh, you wanted to just rotate. You were reloading. Let's finish. Nice attempt. Nice burn. Just be caught. Your beam's decently long, but just be cautious jumping to the end. Remember your speed here. You actually didn't make any visual check where your team is. There you finally do it as you're looking for it, basically. So you need to make the visual check, and then you also need to slow down because they're not getting in fast enough. He for some reason doesn't charge you. Okay. Fine. Good immediate switch. I would call it though, so that your team knows. That is your teammate. Again, effective range. You don't need to be walking towards the right. It doesn't make your bullets go faster. Calm down, just shoot. Don't take this wide of an open. Unless you're trying to transfer this car, there's no reason to just slowly walk across. You're not trying to transfer the car, because there's no reason to stand here, stand next to the car. Like, this is trying your best to be like, I'm next to cover, but now you have a Doomfist punching at you. What are you gonna do? Not stand behind the car? Nope. See how easy that would have been if you were right behind the car? Again, don't, you guys need to take the better, Jesus Christ, I can't look at that. You need to take the easiest shots here. When someone is in flight, when someone is doing something very quickly, don't take the shot there unless you realistically have to, right? You're not going to finish him off because you didn't hit any shots, so what? Just take your time, wait till he lands, wait till people finish their dash abilities, and then hit them. This is better cover, you could be closer. Good, go, say master. Again, you're standing in the open. Good focus. no reason to be this close. If you were trying to run up, throw heals, and then like slowly make your way back, fine, but like do that, like run up, throw heals, and then back away. Don't do things with specific reasons. Or do things for very quickly and very distinctly, not just like, oh, he is healing. So. Doo-doo. Stop reloading. Shoot them. There you go. Fine, just effective range. That's it. Well, that sucks. Realistically, Widows don't need a pocket. If you're hitting a squishy, it doesn't matter. The Widows you're going to be playing with don't know the difference between blue beam and not. The only time you're actually going to make a difference is if they hit a headshot on, or just hit a tank, right? So it doesn't really matter. Unless you're going into a tracer, which then the blue beam means body shot kills. So that's the only difference. So just Ashe, fine. You can pocket as hard as you want, but Widow is a little, you realistically only need heal on them. Takua. Nice. Okay, you saw this coming in, so you should be on heals. Get back up there. Oh, nice. Good switching. Giga shouldn't have faded, but, well, shouldn't have faded in, but, still, if you see your, Fade doesn't heal, so there's no reason to not be looking around for your Moira. You can be looking to get out and get a good vantage point on them, but you still should be looking around for your Moira, just because they're a very important person. Triage your healers over anyone else, because they can heal while you're still healing, and if you keep them alive, you have more healing. Unless you're losing the fight, then it doesn't really matter what you do. But triage is always healers, tanks, DPS. You should more aggressively move behind cover. You can never break res unless you're Valking, so just move as far back as possible. I don't know if you're hitting the wall here, but you should just always be trying to move into cover because you'll never break it. Well, this sucks. Nice try.
This will heal you.
Good discipline. This is fine. If they pushed faster, that would have been a good orb. Good bounce. This is backing off incorrectly. So you made it far enough forward, but you need to back off to the right side. Sorry, well, not to the right side, but to the left side, so they're going back. This is less cover. Going back towards Muddy right now is the better way to back off. Especially since you leave yourself so open. You can see all 6 people right now. That's not good. This is a good fade. Should be looking for orb. Good. You should never fade towards them. Like that. This is good grabbing cover, but like you need to make the decision more back towards your team because that's less likely where they're going to be. Awkward as fuck transition. You know that there's a health pack right next to you, and you could just play the cover. Especially just pulling for fade to come back. Oh, you got rezzed. Wait. Oh, you're getting rezzed. I see. Fade. Again, looking for the person who just got punched. Actions have consequences, so when you see a Doomfist do something, it's not for no reason, especially if he makes the punch noise. So just knowing that teammates actually get hit by abilities is that extra step, and so just flicking faster and making sure that they're okay. Again, I talked about this earlier, but figuring out, just knowing where the easiest piece of cover is, and that's inside that, it's here, just because you have pillars to work around, and you can actually jump this, so it's actually very, very nice. And then this is the next best thing, but, so just getting to the next, like, getting to the next best place, getting to the next best place, it's very,
I'm not dead yet.
you could be looking to throw an orb. You have good poke. You shouldn't be throwing an orb here. You should be asking for heals. Good taps. A little long of a full blast there. Fine. Plan your fights. Okay, we're gonna have to watch this over from multiple people's perspective. I don't know why you're dropping. That's not a transition, Blue. That's not a transition you can make very easily. I don't think it's possible. Go plan your fights. Not even plan. Do better. And then this step in was your mistake. You should be backing out, especially looking at your team and where they are. Yes, there's no Rhine, but everyone still can punish you here, as shown. There are stairs right here. There's a door, and then there's stairs, and then there's a window. I have no idea. Did you fall off and you went, oh no? Okay, you deliberately jump off. No fucking clue. Okay. Triage. Petty, this is the wrong target. I think you missed, but that's fine. Okay, still. Triage, it supports tanks, DPS. Yes. Okay, it's just gonna stay there apparently. You can just... there's not a lot of reason to be over here, because there's not a lot of cover. Yes, you could play this mini back here, which is fine, but you might want to just play over here, especially with your healer comp, because if you walk over here, or even just back up here, it gives your Mercy out, and it's just good. So, getting over there is not really, realistically, that much better. Yes, you can hit a huge dynamite as they walk in, but you can hit the same dynamite from here when they push through this choke, not that one. Which, I mean, realistically, this one is a quicker tempo, but at this point, it looks like you just need to play a little safer and play less plays and just do the very standard, this is where we're going to dynamite, and blah, 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 so. You have dynamite? Please tell me you don't. Okay, good. Good. No reason to contest. If they take it, they take it. If you get pushed up here, fine. There's not a real reason to jump down. Unless you're jumping down and coach cutting immediately back up, there's no reason to jump down. Okay. Yeah, there's not much you can do here, Muddy. You got pushed pretty hard. You got regressed. It sucks. Maybe go for heal over Pug. I don't know if you had it. I don't want to check. Yeah. Even just waiting for 2 ticks, it's fine. So. Shot.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Reinhardt.
A little slow, but that's okay. Nice poop. not really a reason for the grab there. You guys just got lucky that they actually put ults into that. Like, I wouldn't even have beat it as a Lucio. There's no reason. What are you gonna do? Oh no, I'm scared of Zarya? No. Fuck that. I amp heals. You have to be closer. A little close, but Orb. Not that it was gonna save them, but Orb. Doesn't matter which one, just pick randomly. Okay. Don't go for the. You didn't kill him. No reason to go for the hooks. Especially if it's on a squishy. Try to put Bob in a place that isn't boopable, basically, even just over, where he's always going to be doing damage, even if you just like put him against this wall, he's going to be shooting, so. Yes, you're trying to contest, but. So at this point, right, you got the Lucio. Everyone's job is just to kill the Moira, and then it becomes a war of attrition. So just always going for the healers, even if they're very hard to hit, it's always worth it. So just using every resource that you can to kill the Moira is probably your best bet here. You should be looking for the Moira, not the Reaper. Yes, you're in a state that you want to keep contesting and do everything that you can, but there's more value that you could be getting. Doing 10 damage to this Reaper is not going to do anything. Maybe doing 10 damage to the Moira is actually going to change the fight. So, anyway. Yeah, so who's playing this? Yeah, Ag, personal bubbles, you need to work on them. Just getting the reaction to bubble shatters, and figuring out when you can be aggressive and when you can't be aggressive. And just knowledge about that is going to help you. Muddy and then being more aggressive when you have heal is going to help you, along with hooking people after they've used their movement abilities. Just going for the easy hooks and nothing more, just because you hit a hook on literally anyone and it's a kill. So just go the easier hook. You don't have to hit the cool hook. You just have to hit the very simple, easy hook, and that's it. Kua being a little more aggressive, but also knowing their team, seeing what their team comp is and positioning correctly. So I mean, if they don't have anyone to pressure you, you need to get behind them and draw that resource, because especially with this comp, attention resource is everything, because both of these tanks can get burst down very quickly, especially when they don't have a lot of defensive measures. They have a decent amount of defensive measures, but like once they're burned, right, they can get burst very quickly. So getting that attention of 1 or 2 or 3 of the enemy team, even if they're just like, oh god, we have to deal with that thing in the back, then it's giving your tanks effective health that they can use, and it's giving them space to realistically just take for free. And so, especially when they have these, like when they have this comp on defense, realistically you need to be getting behind them, because actually, I don't know if you know this, but the Doomfist can't uppercut to here. He can uppercut to here, but he can't actually get up here. I think he can uppercut slam, but I mean, you shouldn't really be worried about that because you can just fly out the window. So, I mean, just getting behind them. And then blue effective range. So, soldier is mid-range basically. That's where he dominates everyone. And so just playing in that. And then Ashe is mid to long range. So you just need to keep everyone at that distance. And then playing for the easy dynamites. Just picking a spot, being like when they come through here or when they come through here. Especially when it's on this one, when they come through here or when they come through right here. Right here actually. Are very easy dynamites to hit, and just yes, they might hit you and everything, but just getting practice of being on this corner and being able to peek dynamite it, basically. Petty triage, it supports tanks, DPS. That's triage of what is, and if you're playing support, then it's literally your other support and you are both more important than everyone else on the team. And so keeping those people alive is top priority, and then tanks, realistically, it should be whichever one has the better chance of getting out or doing something. So if one's in and needs support, right, they're more important. And so just work on triage of who needs help and who needs help the most, which is the definition of triage. And then Giga, fading back and then using hard cover and sort of knowing the map is just use your abilities to get into a spot, and then orbing when you're going to be doing something that locks your abilities basically is always good. So just look for sort of orbs that are going to benefit in... It's like Orisa, you have to look for the next couple seconds and where the fight's going to go, so figuring out what is likely going to happen basically, and then just orbing for that most general case. Which is good. And then fading, you have to, like, you're finding cover decently, but you're finding the wrong pieces of cover. So just being less aggressive with your fade, because I don't even know why I'm saying that, but just like fading backwards, and you can fade back just as fast, more or less, than you can forward. So anyway, and I mean, for blue, I guess. So like,
Now enter
being able to peek dynamite is really nice. And I mean, even just standing on a corner, which makes it harder to hit. And God, I'm used to playing Valorant. Fucking hitting shift. But right here is actually pretty nice, because even just throwing it right here as they come in and then hitting it is pretty easy. But I should have reduced the cooldown. But even, I think you can even hit it from back here, which makes your life a lot easier against Widows. So just take your time and let it go. I haven't played Ashen. I'm not used to moving targets. But just throwing it, taking your time, and hitting it, because your everyone's depth perception is really bad. So you have to wait that extra like half second to get it. So just even, oh jeez, just waiting that extra half second. That's the right spot. It might be a little too late, but it's better to get the backline than it is to get the tanks, because they might use abilities on themselves to clear it, but the backline can't really. So just even throwing it up a little bit so you get that That was even too early. Yeah. Oh, and then for everyone else, so just pivoting on corners, not standing here. This is bad. Even just standing right here. Yes, it's hard to get around this thing, but staying right here, it's very easy to not get hit by anything. Especially since you can just shoot over this, and you can shoot behind it too. And you can LOS basically everything. Pretty easy. And then here, even back here, you can LOS basically everything from back here, which is nice. This lamppost doesn't count, but this is a good transition just because you can get to this spot and you can take a lot of pressure, and then you even have a transition up here of mobility, which gives you decent high ground to hit things. So, and then this is a better back spot just because here there's less cover basically over here. If you rotate back here, they can just keep pushing you, and yes, you can get cover if you're hugging this, but at some point you wrap around. But here you can back all the way out and then come to here, and they can't realistically push you to chokes because you have this and this, and then you have this and this. And if they push through both of those, then you have this and this, and you just keep backing away. So it makes it very hard for them. So that's why this path is better, because if you're over here, yes, it's all one continuous choke, but like you're still just always backing up, and you don't have a hard point to defend against.